Hi guys, today's video is going to be my top 10 budget, drugstore, under £10, whatever you want to call it, lipsticks. And this is going to be a collaboration with Amy from the Camera Lies Beauty, and she's going to be doing her top 10 high-end lipsticks. So check that out below. I will link it up for you to see. If you're interested in that kind of thing and you've got a little bit more money to spend, then you can go and check that out. The only kind of high-end lipsticks that I really am interested in are MAC. I'll occasionally spend a little bit more money, but that's kind of as much as I want to spend on a lipstick. And I do have my top 10 MAC lipsticks over on my Spendaholic channel if you're interested. But all those videos that I've mentioned will be linked below if you want to go and see more lipsticks once this video is finished. But watch this one first. And 5 of my lipsticks today will actually be from Revlon. I've just realised that, kind of looking in my lap at the products I have. They're not the same product, so it wasn't as obvious, and then I kind of went, oh, 5 of 10 lipsticks that are my absolute favourites are from Revlon. So let's kick it off with the obvious ones. They are from the Colourburst Matte Balm range. I am completely in love with everything from this range, but these two are my favourites. 100%, if you had to ask me, kind of if I had to narrow down one favourite lipstick right now and possibly of all time, it would be this. And I'm calling it a lipstick because I consider it to still be a lipstick. It feels like a lipstick on my lips, and so although it's a crayon, it's a lipstick. And it's not audacious, I want to say. I always want to say audacious, it's called Unapologetic. It's the most bizarre colour, and I've spoken about it a million times, so I won't bore you, but it's kind of like a neon, somehow like a muted neon coral amazingness. I just love it so much. And this reminds me a lot of a MAC shade called Toxic Tail that was a limited edition with the Venomous Villains collection quite some time ago, I want to say in 2010. And you can't get that anymore, and that's one of my favourite MAC lipsticks, you will see. But this reminds me so much of it. It's so much nicer to wear. It's that kind of creamy matte. Oh, the formula is amazing. Try it. I know that not everyone likes it, but you have to try at least one of them. And then the other one was one that I wasn't really interested in. I thought it was a little bit too bright and purple, and all of you guys told me I needed to get it when I did my big rundown of the Revlon matte balms and which ones I had, and I did kind of a massive review of them all. And this was the only one that I didn't have that was kind of the generic colours. And all of you said you have to get Showy, you'll love Showy. And I do. It looks so purple in the tube, but it's just such a poppy pink. It's a purpley pink, but it's just such a bright pink, and I thought it would be deeper than that. So I love this one as well. They're my 2 favourites from that range, although I love so many of them. I could go on and on. I'm not even going to do honourable mentions because 10 lipsticks is enough to have to write down in the info bar. The next thing are from the Colourburst range of, what are they called? Lip butters. Again, this is a product that I completely love, but once upon a time hated. I didn't like the formula at all, found them sticky, and I think they are a bit hit and miss. I am still planning to do a full collection video because I think I now have all of the shades of the Colourburst. I want to call Colourburst, but they're not called Colourburst, they're called Colourburst Lip Butters. I think I now have all of the shades of them, so I'm going to do that video. It's just I have to have a big chunk of time to kind of individually photograph or apply each of them for the video. So yes, these are my 2 favourites. One of them is quite neutral. You'll see I'm kind of quite a fan of the mid-tone pinky neutral colour as well as the super brights, and this one is Pink Truffle. I get so much wear out of this in the autumn time. And similarly, although I would wear this anytime, but autumn, winter, this is kind of when this gets a lot of wear. And I know this might not seem like a lot to some people, but that's all of the products that I've got left. I do not remember ever finishing a lipstick, and I've probably halfway finished this one, which is a big deal. And that one is Raspberry Pie. And again, maybe I would say Unapologetic would be my favourite bright. Maybe that would be my favourite summer, and this would be my favourite winter. This is like, before Unapologetic, I would have said this one. So just a little honourable mention for that one. Another kind of neutrally pink colour is Pink Pout, and this is from their more classic range. It's the Super Lustrous Matte range, and this actually is a dupe for Snob. Lots of people have swatched these against each other. Online you can kind of find lots of comparisons. Snob is one of those things that's, I like the idea of it, but it's never really appealed to me because it's quite blue in tone and a little bit too blue toned, I think, for my skin tone. Whereas I think this is just on the right side of warm for me, and one that I wear a lot. One of my favourite kind of pale pinks, and I'm a big fan of the pale pink with the blonde hair. You may have noticed this in videos, etc. So moving on, I have a couple of matte more matte, but a couple of matte kind of liquid lipsticks from 2 different brands. I have one from Collection 2000, or Collection as they are now, and the range is Cream Puff. You may have seen these. They look very similar to the Matte Factors by Miners that I've spoken about at length, but it's easier to recommend this one because it's easier to get your hold of, get your hands on, get your hold of. It's easier to get your hold of, and it's a little bit cheaper as well. And the colour that I have is Fairy Cake. This is very, very similar to the Peach Matte Factor. And the other one that I have is the MUA Luxe Velvet Lip Lacquer in Funk. And this was something that I reviewed ages and ages ago, completely loved it. I've done quite a few 30 lips in 30 days on my blog. And as we go through this video, you will have been seeing pictures that either have been taken today or more likely have been taken from blog posts, because as I get lipsticks and I feel like I've got a lot of new lipsticks, I'll do a 30 lips in 30 days on my blog to make sure I've blogged about all of them individually. And this was one of those ones that I did for that, and I was like, I really like it, reviewed it, blah, 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 and I totally forgot about it, and something in the back of my mind told me that I didn't like it, and it's amazing. It's so annoying that I thought I didn't like it for all that time, because it really is the best matte liquid lipstick I've ever tried for staying on your lips, for it not feeling uncomfortable, for it not kind of wearing uncomfortably and looking all dry and flaky and horrible. It's really amazing. I would definitely recommend you try something from this range. A little bit more expensive from MUA, but still very, very affordable. And that's Funk, in case I didn't mention it. And then, what do I have? 3 more. I have one on the very, very affordable range. Actually, the 3 that I have left are all kind of neutral pinks. On the very, very affordable range, I have, from Natural Collection, a Moisture Shine in Pink Mallow. And I really, really like this colour, but this is the second one I've had to buy, because unfortunately, and I mentioned this in a video, and I can just hear it rattling now, it bugs me so much. I mentioned this in a video, and it was kind of, I would say 80-20. 80% of people agreed with me, and 20% of people were like, what are you talking about? These are horribly designed because they snap. They're just not very secure in the tube, and so as soon as I put it on, and I was quite gentle, it snapped. So I bought another one because they are really inexpensive and I love the colour, but it's so irritating because now it's twice as expensive. I know I could melt it down and blah blah blah. I know I'm never going to use it if I melt it down and put it somewhere else. It has to be in a bullet for me to use it. And I know I'm going to snap this one as well, and it doesn't matter how careful I am with it, it's just a really poorly designed product. So I love that, but just bear in mind that you will probably snap it off. The next one is the one I'm wearing, and this is from Topshop, and it's called Beatnik. I have to say, actually, I don't know if you can see it from there, probably not, but this one kind of looks like it's a little bit wobbly in the tube as well, because as you push, I have this with some of my lipsticks, but not very many of them, as you push them onto your lips, it kind of pushes against the back of the tube casing, and you can kind of see the imprint in the lipstick, and this kind of seems like the kind of product as well that maybe if I was a bit firm with it, would snap off. Which is kind of annoying, because I only ever put it up as small as I need it to be. Hate that about lipsticks, but that one I love because it's just kind of deep enough. It's kind of, I know your lips but better, but it's kind of just enough to deepen my natural lip colour, but without it looking unnatural. I really, really like that one as well. And lastly is this L'Oreal Caresse Tempting Lilac. Again, one I've spoken about a lot, and I actually really love this entire range. It's what I expected the Revlon lip butters to be. It came out around the same time as them. The packaging is amazing. I mean, this looks like Dior or Lancome or anything. It just looks so much more expensive, and it's exactly the same price as the lip butters, and the lip butters look so plasticky and cheap, and this looks so amazing. As far as I'm concerned, it just looks so much more expensive than the other ones, and that's kind of what made me love these ones so much more than the lip butters initially. Plus, the formula is that kind of sheer, buttery, balmy texture, just what I expected the Revlon ones to be. Over time, I can appreciate the lip butters for what they are. The bright ones are much better, the pale ones are a little bit streaky and hit and miss. But in this range, I find them to all be excellent. The paler ones are really, really nice for kind of in your bag, applying without a mirror kind of thing, because they are quite sheer and you don't need to be very precise. But then the bright ones, you can get quite a pop of colour. It is sheer, but you can get quite a bright colour from it. It's just not very opaque, but yeah. Totally love that entire range, but that's my favourite, and that's Tempting Lilac. So that is it. That's all of my top 10 drugstore or budget beauty lipstick favourites. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you'll check out the links below and Amy's channel, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.